You know, no one really shows the side when you're feeling really low and down. You only really get the YouTube videos that are like, get out of a slump with me. But what about the slump? I don't see anyone posting videos of that, or at least I've not looked. And then I thought there's actually probably a reason why. 1, people probably don't want to watch that. 2, they're not in the right headspace to film a vlog. 3, is pretty vulnerable to put on the internet. Maybe a bit embarrassing. What if that person that I went to school with 12 years ago sees this video? That's so embarrassing, Kate. On the other hand, I thought that it might help if someone out there is struggling. If you're feeling low, if you're struggling, if you're just mentally drained and feel yourself sliding and you don't want to talk to anyone about it, then it might be helpful seeing a video like this of someone in the same position. Without sounding dramatic. Feels like I'm drowning and YouTube is giving me some kind of buoyancy. So I'm grabbing onto that right now. So this video isn't for the people who are happy in their life right now. Please don't watch this video. If you're mentally sane and stable, if you know me in person, don't watch this video. One thing I will say is I feel like I get seasonal affective disorder, lol, in the summer months. I know most people get it in the winter when it's dark and gloomy and grey and raining if you're in the UK, but the patterns I've noticed over the last however many years always kind of hits in the summer months when it's hot and sunny and people are outside enjoying their lives and going on holidays and having the best time, and you feel not the best. I don't know if anyone else gets that, so I thought I would just bring you along in this video talking about these types of things and having no energy. Wow, what a cheery vlog. One thing that I really do notice, the beginning of the downfall, if you like, is my sleep schedule gets really messed up. I struggle getting up out of bed, or I struggle going to sleep at night because my brain is in a constant state of blah blah blah. It was 1 a.m. last night and I was literally said to out loud, it's like, shut up. Just talking to my brain, and my brain doesn't listen because I am my brain. I'm feeling pretty messed up today, I'm not gonna lie. And then I realised, 4 hours 57 minutes. Wow, am I dead today? So yeah, lack of sleep really does not help, clearly. It is super hot today. I'm gonna try and survive. I'm gonna go make myself an iced Space Goods that's hopefully going to give my brain a bit of a boost today, because the show must go on. Life goes on, whether you feel this way or not. And even though I don't want to do anything, I want to be there right now, I have stuff to do. So for now, I'm going to go grab Space Goods and hopefully it can rejuvenate something in my brain, even if it's just for like an hour. Please. Okay, let's go. It's 11:45, which is pretty bad to be starting on some work, but better late than never, I guess. I actually have this week's YouTube video ready to go. Do I? No, I don't. Okay, we're almost ready to go. I need to edit a voiceover for where I tidy my room with me. Let's go. This is the voiceover for the tidy with me thing. Okay, I'm no interior design girly, clearly. That's the best I got. Sometimes I wish I had an ounce of aesthetic instinct, but it's just not in me, I'm afraid. I'm aesthetic blind, okay? That's the thing with like doing social media things and also UGC job. If you don't know, then I am technically a UGC creator. Creating content when you feel low. Oh golly gosh, that really does require a big mask to put on, because obviously if you're doing a UGC video for a brand, you cannot be a little depresso egg. That would never work. And I'd probably never get hired again, so. And maybe you get it sometimes, like if someone comes around or you see someone in the street and or someone calls you or whatever and you actually answer. Sometimes it's the hi, how are you? Oh my god, I'm so good, how are you? That was my soul leaving my body. Now let's edit this. Wow. Lunch which is a sourdough bread, ham, mozzarella, tomatoes, a tiny bit of brie to finish it off, and then basil on top. Refuel. If you haven't eaten today, get up, go grab something, believe in you. I need to put some makeup on because people are coming round and I have to show my face. Otherwise, I would just stay here. I'm insecure about this face right now. I also realised that I have not left the house in over a week. Maybe I should do that. I just don't have the energy or the motivation for it. Why do I look worse? I'm gonna try and get this TikTok video edited by today. Let's go. I'm so done. I think this base goods has officially worn off. I feel trapped in my own mind and physically trapped. I feel like there's no hope. I've just gone numb and I really hate myself. Don't cry on the internet, come on. I try not to do that anymore because someone really close to me made me feel really ashamed and embarrassed. Even though the only reason I posted those videos was to help other people who are in the same position, who feel like I do right now. I get it if you're mentally fine and you're mentally stable and then seeing someone you know cry online, you're like, oh, really? That's so embarrassing, that's so crazy. I get it, I fucking get it. But for me, like right now, seeing that shit online, seeing other people feel like this, helps me feel like I am less alone. I feel so alone. I think being trapped in this house doesn't help. Being in a long distance relationship is tough. It's not even anything to do with my relationship, it's all to do with me and the fact that I am so thoroughly messed up that it feels like I just run in circles all the time. Like every time I get out of one of these episodes, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna fix things and I'm gonna change and I'm gonna make the changes and I'm gonna move forward with what I love doing the most. Instead, I feel like a burden to my parents, a burden to my boyfriend. If I could afford my therapist, I'd probably make an appointment. I don't even know why I'm documenting this. Can't stress this enough. If you're struggling right now, you're not alone. And I know it doesn't help. I've been scrolling a lot today. I think I literally sat in this same spot for, oh god, over an hour. Why? Is it not comfortable? Maybe tomorrow I will actually try and get outside properly, not just stepping outside into the garden. Even doing that would be more than I've done in a while. I think I'm holding on to YouTube for dear life at the moment. This video is not any good. I know it's not any good. Sorry about that. I will try do better tomorrow. Okay, I know I said that I was gonna go out today, like actually outside. God, this must seem so stupid to some people, but it's another really, really hot day. I don't do very good in the heat, so maybe I will just sit out in the garden. Maybe I'll take my adult colouring book out with me and just listen to a podcast or an audiobook or something. And like literally just not be in this room. It's almost 2 o'clock and I have been on my phone for a lot of the day. I know it is really bad. That's the feeling of feeling trapped in your own space. You don't want to feel trapped, but at the same time the anxiety of going outside is making you feel trapped. Everything just feels like effort at the moment. It literally feels like, what's the point? Because this ain't living. I've been doing my whole life. I've just been existing, surviving, never living. Even times where I've gone places like the solo trip I did last year, everything I was doing was to survive that trip. But let me be real with you for a second. I don't think I've ever been happy. I don't think I've ever been content. And I just wonder sometimes that maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm one of those people who just doesn't get to experience that. because I saw a video by Mel Robbins, and she said, if you're feeling stuck in life, draw a line down the centre of a piece of paper. On one half of it, think back to a time when you were really happy and write down the things of why you were happy at that moment in time. And I'm like, I don't even know what I was right. I don't think there's ever been a time where I have been properly happy. And I know happiness is like fluctuates, isn't it? Happiness isn't a constant thing, it's a fluctuation. But I don't know, I feel like it's just not meant for me. I wonder sometimes if my life was just not meant for great things. It's just meant to be stale. I don't know. Anyway, well, getting a bit deep here. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to just come on here and say, I'm struggling to get out today, but I'm gonna go sit in the garden. Just being real and honest with you guys, in case anyone else out there feels the same. Reading is one of those rare things where I'm not staring at a screen, yet I can still be transported into someone else's reality for a while. It lets me escape my own life and get caught up in different characters and different worlds. Right now I'm reading The Subtle Knife. It's the second book in the His Dark Material series. And I've read it before, years ago, so there's this comforting sense of familiarity, kind of like visiting a place you barely remember but still feels like home. Yet noticing things I missed the first time. And on days like this, where my mind feels heavy and restless, it helps to escape into a story where the problems aren't mine, where there's adventure and danger but it's not happening to me, where the weight I carry shifts just for a little while onto someone else's shoulders. Reading doesn't make everything better, but for a while it gives me somewhere else to exist, somewhere quieter than my own head. And you know what? It kind of gives me something to look forward to, which is a powerful light in a really dark place. And if you're struggling at the moment, maybe try find something to look forward to. It could be reading a book, it could be watching a series, it could be listening to an audiobook even, something to just spark that light again. And it's kind of the same thing when I'm colouring in. Doing these little activities doesn't fix the problems, but it does put a temporary plaster over it, and it gives my mind a bit of a break. It's something that doesn't have to be perfect. It isn't work, it isn't editing, it isn't content, it's just for me. It doesn't need to go anywhere. And I guess the best part of it is it gets me off my phone, even if just for a little while. And yeah, it doesn't make the bad days disappear, but even when I'm drowning, it softens them so I can come up to breathe for a while. And in that moment, it's enough. It was pretty hot out there, not gonna lie. And upstairs is really hot as well, so dining room it is. Wow, look at me go. I've actually left the house. And without makeup. I literally never leave the house without makeup. I just had to get out. I felt like I was going to suffocate. So yeah, out of the house in over a week. I don't even know where to go. Weirdly, I've driven to a place where I don't feel safe at all. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, can't quite explain how hopeless I feel. I feel like summertime seasonal affective disorder is something that I don't really hear people talk about because it's always the winter one that people experience. I don't even know if it is that. I don't know if that is what I'm experiencing right now or if it's just a coincidence that pretty much every year in summer I feel like this from May onwards. I did see a video yesterday on TikTok of this woman who had literally been struggling with depression, explaining that if you're feeling low, you just gotta wait until you hit that wall. You gotta keep going. It might not be the next day, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 months, it might be 8 months, I don't know, until you hit that wall, but you will eventually hit that wall and go through to the other side, and then you will start getting better again. Because when you're in this, it kind of feels like there's not an end date. It feels like, oh, this is me forever now. Like most things in life, it fluctuates, so keep going. and hopefully that wall will come sooner rather than later. I don't know why they explain it as a wall, because a wall kind of seems like you hit a wall and then it's a dead end in my head. I don't think that's what she meant. I think she meant like a door. You get to a door and you go through the door and things are better. So yeah, if you are struggling right now, just keep going. We will get through. One more day. Just keep doing it one more day. Another day. And another day. Even if it feels really hard to do. Even if you feel hopeless and empty. And like, what's the point? What is the point? I get that. And you're not alone. I'm sorry this isn't one of my usual videos. I always like to be honest on this channel, even when it gets really shit, because there's so much you see online of people sugarcoating, and you look at their lives and you think, oh my god, they're doing amazingly, they're absolutely smashing it out of the park, and then you start comparing yourself in that cycle. You basically just see the highlight reel on social media. It's really something that I'm just trying to change. I know there are people in my life who don't believe that this channel will ever be a thing, that I will never grow, that this is it and there's no point in me trying, or that what I'm doing is futile and embarrassing and just never gonna go anywhere. So if this video has helped you at all, maybe consider hitting the like button or subscribe if you want to, but only if you actually want to. I'd love to prove those people wrong. You don't have to comment if you don't want to, but just liking the video helps the algorithm. And if you haven't left the house in a while, maybe just try it. Even if you just drive somewhere and sit in your car, it's a different environment. Even better if you can get out and go for a walk, even better. Whatever you choose, just know that I'm rooting for you. It's really shitty sometimes, but we got this and we'll make it through. I hope this video wasn't too depressing. Jeez. Good luck with that in the edit, Kate. But thank you so much for watching, and of course I will see you in the next one.